Hello, it's Bryce, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to actually progress in the gym and not guess on your workouts or guess on your lifts or guess what you're doing. This is especially new for, or especially good for new lifters who don't know what they might be doing in the gym and need just a little bit of guidance. It also can be good for experienced lifters because there's a lot of value in this kind of stuff, and it's literally the most important things to maximize growth inside of the gym. So let's get started. As usual, I got the presentation here. So we got how to actually progress in the gym. So I broke it down into three-ish steps that branch off into different things. Uh, Not anything too difficult. For our first one, we've got progressive overload. Now, this is a very widely used term, and I feel like a lot of the time people don't know what they're talking about when they talk about progressive overload. Progressive overload is just from week to week adding one of the three things that I'm about to show you, uh, and making it better, improving it each week. And if you can do that, it will not only improve your workouts, it will make you stronger, but it will also um, give you like goals, and you can achieve those goals faster because you're progressive overloading. So here are the three. We've got reps, sets, and time under tension. Just to go over all three real quick, reps are how many of whatever workout you're doing inside of a set. So if I'm doing bicep curls, for example, if I guess like this is one rep, this is two rep, and those two reps made one set. So one set of bicep curls. Obviously I can do a lot more than that, but time under tension. This one is very overlooked when it comes to progressive overload, and I feel like it's usually one of the most important. Time under tension is just putting more time where the muscle is more stretched. Let's take bench press, for example. If you have someone bench pressing, let's take this as our bench here. Got our guy, and he's really pushing the bar here, right? When he gets all the way down to his chest with the bar, that will be where all of the tension is because it's putting, like, let's say I'm right here. It's putting all of the stretch right on the chest. Like you can feel it. It's putting all that stretch. And when you push and you're up here, this is where the least amount of tension is. So when it's all the way at the top, that's the least, but this is the most down at the bottom. So time under tension is a very overlooked one. I feel like it's extremely important when it comes to weightlifting, but to just kind of go over these though, reps, sets, time under tension, how do these fit into progressive overload? Now, reps, you add one rep to your workout every single week. So if I'm doing bicep curls again, I just did two. The next week I'll do three. And the goal of it is to get my failure up every single workout. Now, if you can't add a rep, like let's say I do two bicep curls and then the next workout I can still only do two bicep curls for the specific amount of weight I'm doing. You increase the sets. You add a set. So if I'm doing originally three sets of two bicep curls or three sets of six, three, and my last set is two, um, and I could only get two on that last set, I'll add another set of that same amount of weight. I guess another one I forgot to put on here is weight itself. When you get into the gym, if I'm doing a bicep curl, I'm aiming. The first thing I'm gonna aim to do is put more weight. Let's say I got 40 pounds in one arm on a bicep curl, and I can get two 1 week. Then, or not 1 week, one workout. The next workout, I should be able to put 45 um, pounds in one arm for a dumbbell curl and be able to do it for two as well. And if you can't increase the weight, you increase the reps. After you increase the, or if you can't increase the reps, you increase the sets. And if you, I mean, sets you can always increase, but another one, if maybe you don't want to increase the sets, or maybe you just want to get better at the workout in general and you want to, I feel like this is the fastest way to grow it. Time under tension. You can add more time under tension. If we go back to the example over here, when he's at the most time or most tension at the very bottom of the rep, when the bar is right on his chest, he maybe even pauses for 3 seconds. It's a terrible three, but maybe he pauses for 3 seconds. Okay, then next week he pauses for 5 seconds. That is putting more time under tension and gonna increase his muscle growth exponentially because he put more time under tension. And I guess what I can do right now is put weight, because weight, and then if you can't do weight, you do reps, and then reps. If you can't do reps, you do sets, and sets all together. You should do time under tension with the sets if you can't do either of these. These two should be your last resort options. This one should be your first, your second, and these are your third right here. So that brings us into logging workouts. And I believe logging workouts is amazing. Just to make sure when you go from workout to workout, you are actually progressing. Like if you have a workout journal, great. You write down the workouts you're doing, you write down the amount of reps you're doing and the amount of sets you're doing. Maybe you don't write down the amount of time under tension, but you can usually remember that a little bit better if it's paused or if it is one that you can do time under tension. But you're logging all three of these things. You're logging weight, reps, and sets. And when you do that, um, it keeps it stored so that the next time you work out, you can just look back at it and then you can know what weight you actually ended on the last time. And so then you can attempt a higher weight. And if you can't get that higher weight, then you know exactly the amount of reps you did the last time. And if you can't get the reps, you know exactly the amount of sets you did the last time. So if I did 4 sets, I'm going to do 5 sets. The workout tracker I recommend, if you are looking for a workout tracker, I'm not sponsored. The workout tracker I recommend is Liftoff. That's a great one. I love that one. I personally use it myself. It has a free version as well, but it's great. Our next category for ways to progress in the gym is failure. This one is, I feel like, also another very highly talked about term. I feel like all three of these things are highly talked about term, and this might be the most talked about. And failure, let's see. Yes, I have notes for it. If possible, it is always best to take every single set you do to failure. But if you're doing 5 reps, at least take that fifth rep, or sorry, I should say sets, 5 sets, at least take that fifth set to failure, or you're losing out on gains. Um, But for new lifters, it is especially uh, important that you attempt to take it all the way to failure. And I know it might be uncomfortable for new lifters for the first time, but you'll get used to it. And it's something that you might have to get used to. And if you get used to early on, it'll help you so much in the future. It's one of those things that you just really have to get used to begin with. Um, but yes, if you are able to take as many reps as you or sets as you can to failure, or take the last one or two sets to failure. And that is the best you can do. And I have a little graph here. Now, I don't know if I completely agree with this. But I didn't make a study, so this is what I'm going off of. Now, training a few reps further from failure is just training a few reps shy of failure. So, like maybe one or two reps. It's nothing drastic, like 5 reps away from failure. So, don't think you're going to grow as a trained subject. Don't think you're going to grow more muscle by going 5 reps away from failure. You can always save reps, save um, reps on a lift, but make sure it's like very close to failure, if not failure. But you can see the amount of muscle growth right here from training a few reps from failure to training close, or I want to say this is failure because I don't know why they would put closer to failure, but training to failure for untrained subjects, you can see just the huge difference in muscle growth. Goes from about an 8 to almost 12%. That's like 4% more muscle for you. That's amazing for an untrained subject. That's crazy amounts of muscle. But there's that. And then the last thing is the stretch, another very widely talked about term. This one is one of those ones that also get pretty mixed up a lot of the time. The stretch is just where in the range of motion the muscle is being the most activated. And this is always, this is confused with the squeeze, and people debate whether the squeeze or the stretch is better. The stretch is better. And inside of the stretch, you've got lengthened partials and shortened partials. So if we take my example of a bicep curl again, I'll just draw a guy. Here's my little guy. And then he's got weight in his hand. Where he's at right now for a bicep curl will be the lengthened position. Now, once our guy gets all the way up to here with it, where his bicep is fully squeezed, this is the shortened position. And this is the part of the bicep curl that doesn't grow the muscle, and this is the part of the bicep curl that does grow the muscle. So when you do a bicep curl, a lot of people, if they tell you to do partials, they will talk about how you should only do the bottom half of the range of motion. So when you're doing bicep curl, only go about halfway and then stop instead of going the full way, because this is where the muscle growth actually happens. But this whole range of motion right here doesn't do anything. So you can see like the bicep will, and you can do it for yourself when you have your arm down, you can see your bicep is fully stretched, but when it's all the way up here, it's fully squeezed. And you can feel that because this is how people flex it, is fully squeezing it right here. So, and to make this lift even better, I would even tell this guy to put his arm behind him. So then it's even more range of motion. So instead of right here, his arm being right here, it's now about a 45-degree angle backwards. And then that is a better stretch, which will lead to more muscle growth. And uh, so you'll see a lot of people do like incline dumbbell curls versus regular dumbbell curls, incline just being the sitting down ones where you're leaning back like this. And that's only because when your arm is behind you, you're getting more of a stretch for a dumbbell curl, which is great. You want the stretch. The stretch is the most important. But those are all things that will help you progress in the gym. Now, will these be the only things that help you progress in the gym? No, because there's still sleep, nutrition, everything outside of the gym. When you like whatever you eat, what kind of supplements you take, like how much water you're drinking, what like the quality of sleep, not even just how much sleep you're getting, but the quality of sleep you're getting. Everything plays a role. Um, but inside of the gym itself, these will be the most important for the workout you're doing. Um, and just focusing on progressive overload, training to failure, and the stretch will grow you an exponential amount of muscle when you work out. I suggest you try to find out, like, if you're doing a certain workout, what the stretch might be for that workout, because I know it's confusing. um I know, like, the stretch, like, for it's different for different muscle groups. Like the stretch right here, how my arm is fully extended, isn't going to be the stretch for everything where it's going to be fully extended like that. It might be where it's contracted. But once again, top 3 things you should be doing. This is a weekly thing. This is per workout, and this is also per workout. Once again, I highly recommend that you log your workouts, logging workouts and logging your nutrition. But specifically for this, logging your workouts is, I think, one of the best things ever. It honestly helps so much, and it just keeps a personal, like, data of what you've done in the past, how far you've gotten. Like if I go from a 135 bench to a 225 bench in 2 years, then I know how that happened. I know how much I went up by, and I know how long it took me to get there. And it just like shows how much work went into the accomplishment that you received. But that is only logging workouts, it's all up to you. But yes, these are arguably the best things inside of the gym. Um, if you have anything else that you think might be very important inside of the gym, make sure you put it down in the comments for people to read so that they can learn just like you. And I know progressing inside of the gym is hard, and it takes a long time to get used to doing it, which is why I created the Lifestyle Lab, which is my coaching program. And as for right now, I am doing a giveaway, and you just click the link in the description, fill out the quiz, and I will choose somebody that qualifies the best for the giveaway. And it will be one person. But the thing is, for this giveaway, if you refer a person to the giveaway, um if that person that you referred wins the giveaway, then you also win. So there's a chance of 2 people winning, maybe even, well, no, not 3, 2. Chance of 2 at most winning. But I'm doing a giveaway so that you can get my course completely free. There is requirements, and you will have to fill out the form. It will be in the description. If you're interested, just click it. If you're interested in any of my courses and just in general, you can also click the link in my YouTube bio or also in the description. Um, and yeah, I feel like this will be fun, and it only lasts a week. I should have said that. It only lasts a week, 7 days. So make sure you register while you can. And I will be choosing a winner at the end of the week, and I will let everybody know who the winner is once that week ends. But if you like this video, uh, leave a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you.